Teams from Uniontown Lake, Solon, and Wooster compete on the Nordson Academic Challenge. Hi, everybody. I'm your host, Rob Powers. Thank you so much for joining us. Today, we continue with our 54th season of the Nordson Academic Challenge. The challenge of our show is the same as it's always been. 3 local high school teams compete for points by answering questions, math, science, history, a few other topics as well. Let's hear it one more time for our 3 teams, Lake, Solon, and Wooster. Now, after every show, we update our leaderboard, and at the end of the season, the top 3 teams are going to be right back here to play for the championship and a $6,000 grant from Nordson. Let's get things started this morning. We do so with the lightning round. All 3 teams compete in this round. We award 20 points for a correct answer. We subtract 20 points for an incorrect or no answer. We're going to start this morning with 100 points for every team. Is everybody ready? I want you to think backwards here about how words end, not how they begin. All the answers here will end with the letter D. D as in dad. Identify the following. The coast of Norway is dotted with this type of solid.
Fjord.
Fjord is correct. Your rate of metabolism is largely controlled by this gland in your neck. Lake.
Thyroid.
That is correct. This is the capital city of Pakistan. Solon.
Islamabad.
That is correct. In a bird, this bodily organ breaks down food before it's digested. Lake.
Gizzard.
That is correct. This is the term for a line segment joining 2 points on a curve. Answer is chord. Chord. This Northern California university bears the name of a railroad tycoon. Solon.
Stanford.
Stanford is correct. The Trojan War is described in this epic. Solon.
Iliad.
That is correct. This measurement is equal to 1/1000th of a second. Solon.
Attosecond.
Nanosecond. Nanosecond. This gem is in the name of the capital city of Oz. Solon.
Emerald.
That is correct. And for our final lightning round question, let's hear from Lori Ashik, who's the executive director of the Cleveland Cultural Gardens.
The Cleveland Cultural Gardens reflect the many national and ethnic backgrounds of the people who live here. In 1958, we added a garden dedicated to what Nordic country whose capital is Helsinki?
Solon.
Finland.
Finland is correct, and that's the opening round right there. That's the end of the round. We'll be back with more of the Nordson Academic Challenge right after this.
Nordson is honored to sponsor a program that celebrates academic excellence. We're a global industrial technology company with a long and proud history of giving back to the communities where we live and work. We donate 5% of our U.S. pre-tax profits to charity every year. Over the past 30 years, the Nordson Corporation Foundation has donated more than $100 million, and our employees have volunteered more than 100,000 hours. And now, we're pleased to support the legacy of Academic Challenge. Thank you all for watching, and the best of luck to all the participants.
All right, let's do it. Welcome back to the Nordson Academic Challenge. We continue on with our Hot Picks round now. Just a minute, though. First, we have to talk about something new this year. If you'd like more information about today's schools or any of the schools that appear this season, take out your phone, scan the QR code you see on the upper right-hand corner of the screen. That code will take you to news5cleveland.com's Academic Challenge page. We have links for all of this season's school websites, and you'll be able to check out everything about every team. Now it's Hot Picks time. One at a time, I ask each team 8 questions. A correct response here is worth 20 points. No penalty for a wrong answer. Any team answering all 8 questions correctly will receive 25 bonus points. We're going to start with Lake, Uniontown Lake. Kylie, you are the captain. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Kylie. I'm a senior at Lake High School. I'm the vice president of the National Honor Society, and I play clarinet in the marching band and concert band, and I plan to major in biological sciences at college next year.
Busy, busy. Wyatt, how about you?
My name's Wyatt. I'm a junior at Lake High School. I do bowling, and I'm in the marching band and the concert band. I plan to study meteorology at Ohio State, and I'd like to thank all alternates for coming out tonight.
Great. I'll tell Mark Johnson about the meteorology. That's great. Matt, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a junior at Lake High School. I'm in the marching band, and I plan in the future to study civil engineering at Ohio State University. And I want to thank our advisors for coming out tonight and helping us prepare for the show.
Awesome. Welcome to all three of you. Now, for your questions, we come down to Prahalad, the captain of Solon. You have envelopes 1, 2, 3, or 4. Which one would you like?
2.
2. Okay. Lake, these questions are just for you. All set? Here we go. It wasn't until 1871 that people began to associate February 2nd with what small burrowing animal that supposedly predicts whether or not there will be more winter?
Groundhog.
That is correct. The English word admiral comes from Amir al-Bahr, a term meaning commander of the sea. In what language in which the Quran was originally written?
Islam.
Arabic. Arabic is the answer. African farmers have been able to increase crop yields by planting trees which add to the soil what element whose symbol is N?
Nitrogen.
That is correct. Let's go to the monitor. Here is your science question. Because sour milk contains lactic acid, litmus paper dipped in sour milk should turn which of these colors?
Red.
Red is correct. It was in the hotel suite of David Hartley, the British delegate, that what treaty was signed September 3rd, 1783, ending the American Revolutionary War?
The Treaty of Paris.
That is correct. A book titled Catching Fire was a hot item among fans of what trilogy by Suzanne Collins?
The Hunger Games.
That is correct. Back to the monitor. Here's your math question. Simplify this expression, giving your answer as an integer.
12.
12 is correct. 6 new states were admitted during the single term of what 23rd president who served between the 2 terms of Grover Cleveland?
Harrison.
That is correct. Heck of a round there, Lake. Good job. All right. Our second team this morning comes to us from Solon High School. Prahalad, you're the captain. Tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Prahalad. I'm a senior. I'm a squad leader in marching band and co-president of our academic team. And I'd like to thank Mr. Bergman and my parents for encouraging this.
Awesome. Awesome. Welcome. Ethan, you're up.
I'm Ethan. I'm a senior at Solon High School. Well, I plan to major in statistics at college next year. I'd like to thank our alternates, Praj, Sarah, and Varun, for coming out to support us.
Fantastic. Rohan.
Hey, I'm Rohan. I am the vice president of the marching band and leader of the Creative Writing Club, Math Club, and D&D Club. I'd like to thank our families for continuing us on our, supporting us on this academic team adventure. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Everybody is so busy. For your questions, Kaya, we come to you. Kaya, we have envelope 1, 3, or 4?
3.
3. All right. Solon, these questions just for you. All set? Here we go. The song When Johnny Comes Marching Home Again is a rare example of a march written in what type of musical scale, the opposite of major?
Minor.
Minor.
That is correct. Scholars were unable to decipher Egyptian hieroglyphics until the discovery of what stone now enshrined in the British Museum?
Rosetta Stone.
That is correct. In 2014, a 25-cent coin picturing a spoonbill heron and a snowy egret was minted to honor wildlife in what Florida National Park?
Everglades, yeah.
Everglades.
That is correct. Let's go to the monitor. Here is your science question. Which of these types of rock would you expect to crumble most easily because it's a fine-grained sedimentary rock that originated as mud or clay?
Shale.
That is correct. Explorers Lewis and Clark traveled down the Snake River to reach what other major river, now a boundary between Oregon and Washington states?
Columbia.
That is correct. To the Irish, the term little people usually refers to leprechauns. But in Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels, the little people had what other name?
Lilliputian.
Lilliputian.
That is correct. Back to the monitor. Here's your math question. Simplify this expression.
X to the 6th.
That is correct, and that was big because this is for the bonus points. In 1927, students at a Pittsburgh college heard a speech of just 9 words developed by what 30th U.S. president then in office?
Coolidge.
That is correct, and that is for the bonus points. Way to go. All righty. Our third team this morning comes to us from Wooster. Kaya, you are the captain. You go first.
Hi, I'm Kaya. I'm a junior at Wooster High School. I am on the cross country, swim, and track and field teams, and then I play viola in our orchestra.
Awesome. Welcome. Allison.
Hi, I'm Allison. I'm a junior at Wooster High School. I participate in orchestra, soccer, and speech and debate.
So cool. All right, Isaac, you're up.
I'm Isaac. I'm a junior at Wooster, and I participate in the marching band and esports teams.
Well, welcome to all three of you. Nice to have you. We come back to Kylie for your questions. Kylie, we have envelope 1 or 4?
1.
1. Okie dokie. Wooster, these are just for you. All set? Here we go. The 1886 Haymaker Riot did not take place in a rural area, but in what largest Illinois city?
Chicago.
That is correct. The Leaky Cauldron is a fan site and blog devoted to what J.K. Rowling title character?
Harry Potter.
That is correct. A work titled The Descent of Man was written by what English naturalist who had risen to prominence 12 years earlier when he wrote Origin of Species?
Darwin.
That is correct. Let's go to the monitor. Here is your science question. Which of these stars is nearest our solar system?
Proxima Centauri.
That is correct. Clara Barton organized and was the first head of what American relief agency that now oversees much of the nation's blood supply?
Red Cross.
That is correct. Shakespeare's audiences like lots of violence, and they got their fill in what play where the title character is assassinated by Brutus and Cassius?
Julius Caesar.
That is correct. Back to the monitor. Here's your math question. Complete this square.
$36.
36 is correct, and that's big. This is for the bonus points. According to legend, what 7th president planted a magnolia tree on the White House lawn in memory of his wife, Rachel?
Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson is correct for the bonus points. What a round. Way to go. That's how we do it. And we'll be back with more academic excitement right after this.
Leave happy.
Dr. Michael Kenny, today's judge from Cuyahoga Community College. He is the Associate Dean for Health Careers and Science. Doctor, thanks so much for being here. Great to see you again this morning. And we welcome you back to the Nordson Academic Challenge. Before we start our next round, we're going to take a look at the scores so far. In third place with 280 points, Uniontown Lake with 285 points. The team from Wooster with 385 points leading the way. It's our team from Solon. It is so tight. Hold on. Time to go head-to-head once again. This is our picture-perfect round. Each correct answer here will be worth 20 points. But for a wrong answer or no answer, we take away 20 points. Again, this is for all three teams. Hands on the buzzers, eyes on the big monitor. All set? Here we go. These rock-strewn hills can be seen just outside what largest city in New Mexico? Solon.
Albuquerque.
That is correct. Sweet. This is what woman nicknamed the Lady with the Lamp by Wounded Soldiers Lake?
Florence Nightingale.
That is correct. This picture was designed to promote John Hanson, who served as president for 1 year under what document that preceded the Constitution? Lake.
Articles of Confederation.
That is correct. The log to the base 3 of 1/9 equals what number? Solon.
-2.
That is correct. Though they're now extinct, less than 200 years ago, there were 3 to 5 billion of what kind of pigeon? Solon.
Passenger.
That is correct. This warning comes from what Asian country whose rivers include the Yangtze? Solon.
China.
That is correct. These stamps, Solon, got to go with it.
Italy.
Yeah.
Italy.
Nicaragua. Okay, the issue of Cleveland Magazine you see here spotlights Cleveland's best bars, and though you're too young to partake, you may know that which amendment repealed the U.S.'s Solon?
21st.
21st Amendment was correct, and that's that round. Way to go, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Our exciting grab bag round to determine today's winner coming up after our Mix It Up round, and that is next. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Let's say hello to today's school advisors. There's Brant Laverick and Ken Wolf, the advisors from Lake. Solon's advisor, Peter Bergman, and Dylan Ruff is here from Wooster today. Thank you so much for being here today. Thanks for everything you do for every one of our kids. Time now for our Mix It Up round. One at a time, I'll ask each team 6 questions. A correct response here is worth 20 points. No penalty here for a wrong answer. Any team answering all 6 questions correctly in this round receives 25 bonus points. First up, the team from Uniontown Lake. All set? Here we go. You can escape with 20 points if you can find in this phrase the name of what ancient Greek hero with a vulnerable heel.
Achilles.
That is correct. If a general ordered his troops to capitulate, he would be commanding them to take which of these actions?
Surrender.
That is correct. You would consult this volume of an old encyclopedia to learn about what Roman god of wine associated with the Greek Dionysus.
Jupiter.
Bacchus is the answer. Bacchus. Here you have the postal abbreviation for Maine in the middle of the name of what capital city of California?
Sacramento.
That is correct. These 3 battles did not occur in this order. Arrange them in correct chronological order, beginning with the earliest.
Marathon, Hastings, Midway.
That is correct. This was the assessment of one world master of what game involving knights, bishops, and pawns?
Chess.
Chess is correct. Way to go, Lake. Good round. Okie doke. Solon, the spotlight's on you. All set? Here we go. Study this sentence. You can find the hidden last name of what billionaire philanthropist, the co-founder of Microsoft?
Gates.
That is correct. Someone who is weak and feeble could best be described by which of these adjectives?
Debilitated.
Debilitated.
That is correct. In this volume of an old encyclopedia, you would find information about what Polish-born French woman instrumental in discovering radium?
Curie.
That is correct. You can say aha if you fill in the blanks here to name the capital city of Florida.
Tallahassee.
That is correct. Listed here are 3 islands. Arrange them according to their land area, beginning with the smallest.
Manhattan, Iceland, New Guinea.
That is correct, and that is big because this is for the bonus points. These words subtitle a biography of what American abolitionist whose passion for freedom led him to lead a raid on Harper's Ferry.
John Brown.
John Brown is correct for the bonus points. Solon, good job. Wooster, it is that easy. All set? Here we go. You'll hear yourself get 20 points if you can find in this command the name of what planet, third from the sun?
Earth.
Earth is correct. Which of these phrases can best be described as redundant?
A big giant.
A big giant. You would check out this volume of an old encyclopedia to learn about what type of counter used to measure atomic radiation.
Geiger.
Geiger is correct. If you fill in the blanks here, you can identify for us the first president of Texas, whose name was given to what largest Texas city?
Houston.
Houston is correct. British troops participated in all 3 of these wars. Place them in correct chronological order, beginning with the earliest.
Boer, World War I, Korean.
That is correct, and again, that was big. This is for the bonus points. These words regarding the right to petition come from what number constitutional amendment that is part of the Bill of Rights?
First.
The First Amendment is correct for the bonus points. Another heck of a round there, and that's the end of our round. But hold on, we'll be back with our final and deciding grab bag round. It's coming up right after this.
In location.
Welcome back to the Nordson Academic Challenge. Before we continue, we're going to recap the scores as we have them so far. With 420 points, Uniontown Lake. 430 points, the team from Wooster. Leading our Academic Challenge match today with 610 points so far is Solon. Hold on, though. Time for the grab bag round. In this free-for-all, each correct answer is worth 30 points. A team will lose 30 points for a wrong or no answer. Again, this is for all 3 teams. Hands on the buzzers, eyes on the monitor when we need it. All set? Here we go. Made from steel from the World Trade Center and bearing the motto, never forget, a warship launched in 2008 is named for what empire state? Lake.
New York.
That is correct. Although he wore black robes, the surname of what first Supreme Court Chief Justice suggests Solon?
J.
That is correct. One of the oldest breeds of dogs in the world is what very small animal named for a state in Mexico? Wooster.
Chihuahua.
That is correct. This bear mask was made by an indigenous tribesman in what Canadian province where Vancouver is a major? Solon.
British Columbia.
That is correct. What number constitutional amendment is called the lame duck amendment because it deals with the changing? Solon.
22nd.
20th is the answer. 20th. Not surprisingly, the Pony Express National Museum is located in what Missouri city where the Pony Express began? Solon.
St. Louis.
St. Joseph. St. Joseph is the answer. Choice. Which of these elements is commonly found in the tip of a match? Bismuth, phosphorus, or silicon?
Phosphorus.
Phosphorus is correct. These words were part of the will of Mary Bethune. That's it. That's our final buzzer. We go straight to the scores. What a game this morning. In third place with 450 points, the team from Uniontown Lake. In second place with 460 points is the team from Wooster. And winning this morning's academic challenge with 640 points, it's the team from Solon. That's a heck of a game right there. Be sure to join us next time. We'll feature teams from Avon, Cloverleaf, and Vermilion. Thanks for watching this morning. I am Rob Powers. We'll see you right back here next week. There you go, guys. That's all yours. Take it home.